you think you're mothering dudes because you got to do everything. You
I
step in
think
the role of a
if
mother.
if men put women in that position, then yeah, they'll do that. Again, I say if a man stands on being a man and operating his masculine energy, then a woman gonna fall in line. If you say you gonna do something and you've said that, now for the ones that go off because they just done it because you didn't do it that first time, then they got some issues. Because a mature woman is gonna look at you and see that you busy working on something else. But if you say you're gonna get it, I'm gonna try. You gonna stand on that. I'm gonna let you stand on
Okay.
that.
Okay. So let me ask you. Okay. So with that being said, here's my question. Like, how do you determine that during the dating stage, though? I mean, before it gets there, you kind of. I think sometimes what happens is on both sides, we kind of miss key things, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So for the
Because
thing you don't, so for the thing you don't like the most, which is that, how can you determine if it's going to be like that during the dating process? Like, so what are some of the key things?
well, some of the key things are you pay attention to the movements of their feet and not the movements of their mouth. Now, if they say they're gonna do something, then you wait and see if they're gonna do it. And if they're not gonna do it, then that creates a pattern. You just told me that you was gonna do A, you didn't do A. Then you turn around and tell me a few days later in this dating phase that you're gonna do B, and you didn't do B. So now I know you're not to be a man of your word.
Let
So
me
how can I submit to somebody that don't even stand on what they said they're gonna
can
do?
I ask you this though? Can I ask you this though? What if a man tells you, "Hey, babe, booking concerts ain't my thing, or booking events ain't my thing, but if you book it, I'll pay for it." Then
I'm
what?
booking. I'm booking. Babe, what you want to see? I'm letting me book this
So
right
you
now.
booking? So it ain't gonna be no. You need to show effort and do it yourself.
Yeah,
Are
no, that's
I
the
mean,
that's
I'm just throwing out everything that's been heard, that's been said in front of me, that I done said in sessions and done together with people. Like sometimes, if we come out and tell you something, so like if I say, I don't like hiking in places where bears is at, but you love it, but you're telling me I have to come do it, and I'm scared shitless of that. But now it's putting our relationship in jeopardy because I'm not willing to compromise something that I have a totally fear of. If I see one, I may die. You won't. You talking about I got bear spray, and I'm like, I want a pistol or an AK, but I don't even want to go. But now it's like I don't want to do something for you. But I'm truly terrified. When do y'all listen to us? Because we always got to listen to y'all. But when do y'all listen to us as men though? Because we tell you things too, but it's overlooked a lot. A lot.
What do you mean? Like in the beginning of the dating stage,
I
or
think
when?
this is when, like I say, the representative comes, they gonna listen at the beginning.
Mhm.
But once we in it, well, I can't even say that because if I'm talking about this thing like you like the hype, it's the basic things that's listened to, but it's not the fearful, it's not the things that may trigger me and something like that. Those type of points I ain't listened to sometimes.
Jay. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you normally date younger women?
Hey, what's so cold? It ain't the younger women. It's the older women. Like
What you
I'm
mean?
sorry to tell you this. Like we got to get in this notion too. I don't know you, so I can't speak for you. But a lot of older women are not ready to really date like that. Like they are on some other stuff. And when I mean they stuck in an old time frame, they stuck in an old mind frame. Like they're still stuck in that we dating like we in the 70s and the 80s because a lot of them are coming out of divorces. A lot of them are coming out of long-term relationships. So they remember how they started that relationship back then. And it may have started on Howard campus when everybody had high top fades and Gumbies. Now
Right.
we in a whole different lifestyle and whole different life. So they jumping back out here and they don't know how to date. They don't know how to do things. They don't know how to listen. You know what I'm saying? And the problem was men back in the day, never expressed themselves. They sat in that car for 30 minutes or walked home thinking about everything because they didn't want to come in and appear weak. Now men are expressive. Now women call men who are expressive weak. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So where do we get a chance to win at? Because if we complain, it's complaining. If we're expressing ourselves, it's complaining. So that's why men want to talk. Men actually want to have groups with men and just talk about stuff because they feel like they can't talk to women. And it ain't the young girls, because I don't talk to younger women. I talk to women 38 and up. And it ain't the 41s, the 42s, it'd be the 50s and the 48s and the 47s that have the most problems.
They have a problem with submission, and they have a problem with.
They just got a problem with life. They
traumatized.
I mean, God damn, it's hard.
That goes back to what I said before. You know, single people need therapy.
Yes.
You know, because I'm listening to you, and I mean, I just can't relate to a lot of that stuff. You know, and it sounds
okay, but look where you're at though. You're in Arkansas, right?
That doesn't mean anything.
That means a lot. It totally does mean a lot. It do mean a lot.
I don't think so.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
it does. So. We live in a fast city. And what I mean by this,
I don't think that has anything to do with a woman having issues with submission. I don't think it has anything to do with a woman having an issue with the way you do a certain thing or not being able to listen. Because if a woman is not going to listen, she's just not a listener, no matter where she lives.
When the playing field level, when women start getting that paper,
they get paper here in Arkansas.
I know that, but y'all still got that countryness to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So
you have to explain
you just gave a whole game when this ever aired. You're gonna get about 600 inboxes. Dude's gonna be like, I need a woman like you. I want a woman like you because you ready to, you know what I'm saying? You ready to, you know I need a bottle of water. There's gonna be a bottle of water up in there. Like, you just don't realize, like, we live in a city where this is Black Hollywood, so stuff is perpetuated to be a certain way. They want a Negro who gonna just throw them 10 G's today and be like, come on, let's go. All the 40, 50-year-old women still want to stand on couches and sing the City Girls. You know what I'm saying? I had a 50-year-old say, ooh, I can't wait to get back out so I can start standing on couches and shit again. Like, what? You still want to go to the club? Okay, that's cool. But you got to understand the mentality. I feel like, and it's just my opinion, I just feel like a lot of older women are competing with the younger girls.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I heard
there's no competition.
I understand that. I don't, but I heard a woman say one time she's so worried about the other generation, she made a whole post talking about I'm stepping on Generation X next, and Generation X ain't even worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't worry about Lil Baby and Young Thug and them. Like, I'm dating like I like to date. Can't nobody influence me to date how I like to date. But let me say this though, because we haven't never chopped on it. I've met some great women in Atlanta. Great women who had everything. Waking up with high rises, cooking, cars, everything.
Right.
Everything. Sometimes I messed it up. Sometimes they messed it up. So I'm not going to say it's just all bad. I've met some great women, but this is a date night show, and we don't really focus on the positive. We ain't say, hey, man, what's the best date you've been on? What's this girl? We focusing on the hard stuff. What's hard?
That's what.
Well. The reason that we're doing that is because, first of all, there's like a lot of questions people have, and so sometimes to get into the crux of that, you gotta expose the bad.
Nah, I'm cool with that, but I don't want to make it look like I haven't met I've met some great women, and I have been a problem sometimes. Like women who I was like, damn, I could have really like married her. You know what I'm saying? I could.
Okay, so why you didn't marry her?
And man, because of me. Like, if I tell you this story, like one of them is like, it's funny and crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a twofold to it. So